everybody. It is Fitness Friday at Get Balanced 2020, and I am here to just help you get a whole mind, body, and spirit balance. Just do a bunch of series of videos, and if you have never seen them before, you're welcome to go to the archives at our website at getbalanced2020.com, or you can go on YouTube and catch up there, or you can also see us on Facebook with just a few inspirations, and I'll try to post them all there as well. So, but I would love for you to friend us on Facebook and like, share, and subscribe over on YouTube. So, and if you need more information about what it's all about, go ahead and go on the About page and you can learn a little bit about me as well as the it's not even a program, it's just a bunch of series of videos to help you because it's all about you, putting mind, body, and soul together. So today is Fitness Friday and it's the end of January. So if you've kept a notebook all this time, or even if you haven't kept a notebook, but you've been sort of watching your diet, watching your exercise this month, this is the time. You got, what, 2 or 3 more days? And, well, actually 2 days, 1 day. And you can actually get to the first of the month, and this is the time where we take our measurements as well as our weight. I prefer the measurements over the weight, but a lot of people like to deal with the weight. So what we want to make sure is we get our book out, and we want to be keeping a log from month to month, whether you take your measurements weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or whatever. It's just a gauge, people. It's not set in stone, I gotta do this. It's just a gauge because we're wanting to get healthy. We're not wanting to get whether you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, whatever. It's all about here and getting us healthy for a positive lifestyle. So this is the end of the month, so we're going to sort of recap on Fitness Friday because we've learned so much in the last month. And basically what we want to do is make sure that we're on track. So what we want to do is go through our notebook, measure. We're going to measure well, if you're a lady, your bust size, our waist, our thighs, each thigh. We're going to go ahead and measure our calves and go from there. Our biceps, each bicep, because one side's always bigger than the other. So go ahead and do that. And then you can write that down in your book, and then we can keep a log from going forward. So what we're going to do is recap of all the things that we did on Fitness Friday. And I'm trying to go back here because, wow, we did so much. One of the main things I do want to talk about is keeping our core strong. So we talked about keeping not only our core strong, but our posture strong, and keeping sitting up. And I even notice sometimes I'm slouching. So we need to be mindful of that all the time. Sucking in our gut. If you're a lady, working on your Kegels, like one of the ladies had told me that's listening, and I appreciate that. Her doctor told her at a stop sign, every stop sign, do 5 Kegels, and that will help you. And if you don't know what a Kegel is, it's just basically building those muscles down below our female muscles and just clenching them, letting go, clenching them, letting go, clenching, and basically constricting. And we do that with our muscles. We tighten, we let go, tighten, let go. Same thing. Our women's area needs that, unless you want a little pee trickle when you get older, and then all of a sudden you're wearing diapers. Anyway, so that's on that. So we want to make sure that our core is staying strong. We also talked about sets and reps if you're working out. Some people don't know the difference between a set and a rep, and they get them backwards or they get them confused. So a rep is just how many times you do something, and a set is a segment. So a lot of the times you'll hear a trainer say, I want you to do 3 sets of 8 reps. So he wants you to do 1 segment, 2 segments, 3 segments, and each segment has 8 times that you're going to do it in. So we talked about sets and reps, and we also talked about timing in between sets and reps. And if you've missed any of this, you can find these on the archive videos. So I'm just trying to make sure that everybody remembers that we want to keep doing these things. We talked about logging and making sure that we log our sets and our reps, and if you're not even working out and you're just doing cardio, you want to make sure that you're doing you're timing your cardio. And we also talked about our breaths and how fast we should be working and not working. So we talked about making sure that we're staying in our target heart range, and we talked about resting heart range and those kind of things. And again, if you've missed all this, it's all on the videos for this month. And so then we want to make sure that we, why do I have that on there? Measuring and making sure that we track our log. Our workouts, it's really important to log your workouts. We talked about that because if I'm going to work out and say I do 45 pounds this week on maybe, I'm going to sit there and say bicep curl, but I can't do that now these days. I could probably do about 30, 35, but not the 50s like I used to on a bicep curl. But anyway, if I'm going to do 45 on a bicep curl and then next week I'm going to do 35, what gain is that? You've got to be logging so that you can find the gains that you need. And then if you don't have a trainer, you can always just figure out, okay, I can handle this this week and maybe I'll just bump it a pound or whatever. Again, if you need help with your nutrition, your programming and things like that, I'd be glad to help you out. You just have to email me and we can go from there and let me know what your goals are and things like that with your nutrition and your workouts. I can set up plans for you if you'd like. That's not my goal, but if that helps you and it helps somebody out there, I'd be very happy to do that for you. And then we talked about gauging your breathing. So when we're doing cardio, because cardio is really important for our heart. We talked about cardio and why it's important for our heart. And so the thing is, we gauged our breathing. So there's a way, even if you're not educated in fitness and all that kind of stuff, it's just an easy gauge that when you're walking or doing your workouts, that you can carry a conversation or a few sentences before you run out of breath. You know, that kind of thing. Or if you're doing, I can't breathe, and I'm running, and I'm going. That's way too much. And we talked about that and why that's not good, because then you begin burning muscle rather than fat if you're trying to lose weight. Have you ever seen a fat runner? You really haven't, because they're just burned everything. And sometimes they actually lose some muscle depending on how they're working out. So we talked about that. And then, oh man, I just lost a train of thought. Weights and inches, and then yeah, so we wanted to do that. So the next thing that we haven't talked about, and I have a few minutes to talk about it because we're coming to the end of the month, and what's really important is, say you're starting to work out or you're starting to do your cardio and then boom, 4 weeks later, nothing's happening. What happened? That's called a plateau. So what happens is your body now has gone from shock to, oh gosh, I'm working out. Whether it's weights, whether it's cardio, whether it's you're just moving, walking the dog or whatever, and all of a sudden you notice that, ooh, you're losing weight or you're toning up or your muscles changing and all that, and then 4 weeks later, nothing. Okay? So what's happening is your body is getting used to the exercise. When I was training people, they were like, well, I like to do the treadmill. Okay, well, that's cool. Not a problem. Do the treadmill. But you know what? In about 2 weeks, we're going to go to the elliptical, and then we might switch it up with the treadmill and the elliptical. And the reason why we do this is you have to switch it up. You have to switch it up. So when when you begin to start plateauing and you know nothing is happening, then that is your body saying, hey, I'm used to this now. We're going to chill right here. We're not going to do anything. It's just going to stay right here. And you're like, oh, no. And so what you do is you switch it up, and then it's like saying again, like you did a month ago, oh, what the frick? Now I got to work harder. What do you mean I got to work harder? And then things begin to happen again. So what you want to do is switch it up. If you keep staying on that treadmill and staying on that treadmill alone, things are not going to change. If you stay on the same level, maybe you have to change the level. Maybe you have to change just the way that you're walking. A lot of people just walk or jog. No, that's not what you do. You sit there and you switch it up. You do some sprints, and then you slow it down. Then you sprint, and then you go slow it down. You do whatever you need to do, but you need to switch it up, or you're going to stay plateau and nothing is going to happen. So that's the big thing with plateaus. So at the end of January, if you're getting into a plateau, switch it up. Go to the bike, go to a different machine, go do just something different. But keep that pace up, keep the breaths up, keep everything that you've learned in January, moving forward. If you haven't wrote anything down, if you're not logging and you really want some results, you've got to do that. Successful people, millionaires, have a plan. People that are successful have a plan. In order to have a balanced lifestyle, you have to have a plan. Mind, body, spirit, and everything that has to move forward and keep a balanced plan. So that's the only thing I'm going to say today. And I hope you all have a good weekend. Enjoy the sun or rain wherever you're at. We're in Oregon, it's raining. So I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. And we'll see you back here on Monday on Mindful Monday. Bye now. Take care.